hidden and faceless, they control the Pharaoh from the shadows. From the Nile Delta to Siwa, their grasp for might and control is limitless. When the Order craves something, no one can stand in their way. They are the reason for your pain and anger. If you do not act, this country will burn to the ground. The Order will tear our Egypt apart! What will you do, Medjay?
The most efficient way to grow stronger is to feed from the healthy, not to fight those risking the flu and pollution in the streets to hunt vampires and skulls. If we were unable to beat this mini-boss, we would be tempted to return to the bar, and perhaps feed from Tom for a greater experience boost, returning stronger, but with London thinning in numbers. Vampire's combat system uses a mix of melee and ranged weapons supported by vampire abilities that allow you to be the vampire you want to be. The gameplay is based on timing, positioning, and management of different resources. The stamina bar regulates your melee moves and dodges, the blood bar controls the use of your supernatural abilities, and the health bar represents your health. There are many areas to explore, loot, and pick up information to learn about the world, its lore, and what happened to London since disease spread. At the beach, we're fighting people operating under the head of the vampire hunters' orders. The Pruin guards are investigating this beach, searching for skulls.
Stay close, keep an eye on each other.
Skulls are a lesser species of vampires lurking in quarantine areas, underground or in dark corners. Due to the Spanish flu epidemic, they have suffered heavy mutations and have recently become very aggressive. It's part of your quest to understand how they became such creatures and ultimately find a cure to save them. In this world, the human vampire hunters and skulls are having their own fight. As long as we don't get too close, we can just move on.
Steady, boys. We got one of them here. I've got... He's dead. You're mine, vermin!
What do they unearth?
They are summoning death. But it will be death for all.
What is she?
Do you grow? Do you wither?
Italian, you cannot defeat her.
What would you suggest I do?
Throw down your sword and kneel.
What have we unleashed?
The cry of the forests. Scream of the rivers.
is beyond us, Celebrimbor.
Not with the spirit of Kana at our side.
Really puts Machine Guns on the map is that whilst we're making really strong narrative games, we give enough room to have the proper gameplay experience.
So if you look at it from a scientific point of view, it's a fantasy, it's not real life. But from an emotional point of view, we want it to feel real. We want you to feel like you're there.
Nazis work really well because we can all agree that they're bad guys. You don't mind wiping them out.
I mean, who doesn't want to kill Nazis?
Let me first make it absolutely clear that I am not a Nazi.
The Nazis have really expanded when it comes to research with the technology. So you will see old versions coming back but improved with new technology, but you also see completely new enemies.
We have bumped them up a bit. They are a little bit bigger, more intimidating, more fun to kill, I hope.
If you're up for the challenge, you can definitely bring up your biggest guns and try and take them head on. If you're good, it might work. On the other hand, if you want to be more clever, maybe you want to find a vantage point, bring up a weapon that you attach a scope on, and maybe even a silencer, and start taking them out from afar. You go down, you start sneaking, start taking them out with melee moves in a more precise manner. With stealth in Wolfenstein, it's not about avoiding contact or avoid killing, it's about how to kill them silently, how to take them out one by one. If it goes wrong, you can still just bring up 2 weapons and clear the room.
Each combat scenario has 1 or 2 commanders, and those are the important targets. What we're doing now for New Colossus is to make sure that the commanders can call for reinforcement several times.
I think the coolest thing we've done is that you can now dual wield freely. You can mix the weapons any way you want with left and right hand. I enjoy having like a precise silent weapon in one hand and then like my backup if shit breaks loose. This is my go-to, so I don't have to start switching weapon during combat. But you can also see people going with 1 long range and 1 close range. You know, you walk around the corner, you have your close range weapon ready. And some people just want 2 shotguns.
We are introducing a hatchet. That gives us a lot of opportunities to make the takedowns a little bit more excessive. There's a lot of things you can do with a hatchet and a Nazi.
No matter how crazy things get, you are always emotionally invested in what you're doing.
We don't want the player to just play BJ Blazkowicz. We want the player to feel like they actually are BJ Blazkowicz.
For this game, our theme was catharsis. So at the end of it, I think you will be ready to go out on the streets and start a revolution. No!
What the hell? Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
No!
Ugh!